Good evening. Well, supply chain issues have heavily impacted communities here in Kern County, and many local grocery stores are facing shortages when it comes to things like fresh produce and even meat. This backlog has affected those who are trying to maintain a healthy diet. 23 ABC's Brianna Polk joining us live in East Bakersfield with insights on other alternatives at the grocery store that can still provide sought-after nutrients healthy eaters strive to buy. Brianna.
Here in Kern County, there are various food deserts, and oftentimes folks are unable to just jump in their cars and drive 5 minutes to a local grocery store, which can then create a barrier for those who are seeking to implement a healthy diet.
The thinking is, right, that when it becomes so inconvenient to go get produce or produce is not available like it can be with supply chain issues, that people will turn to fast food and other less healthy alternatives. And that certainly happens.
Fresh produce is usually the section of the grocery store that people shop in when seeking healthier ingredients. But when shortages take place, Kiyoshi Tamano, Vice President of Community Partnership at Adventist Health, says there are other options that still provide nutritional value.
There are other alternatives, right? And you know, if you talk to dietitians, you know, fresh frozen and canned can provide, you know, a strong, you know, amount of nutrients. It is far better to eat that than to eat something that is highly processed.
He adds that oftentimes families of the lower income community have to face the hardship of selecting fast food options rather than taking the time to buy various ingredients for a full healthy meal.
There are definitely people in our community right now who tonight will have to make that hard decision of, do I give my kids food or do I eat, you know, as a parent? Or, you know, do I just get the cheaper alternative of something that I can pick up really quickly? Or do I, you know, eat something healthier? And that is a legitimate part of the problem. It's not the entire piece of the problem, but it is a big piece of the problem that people can't always afford or don't always have access to healthier choices.
Now, health advisors do understand that this is a signature issue here in Kern County, and Tamaro adds that a part of the work that they do in healthcare is to allow for the choice of being healthier, easier. Live in East Bakersfield, Brianna Polk, 23 ABC News, connecting you.
And staying on the topic of accessibility to healthy eating, 23 ABC is taking an in-depth look at food deserts across the country. First, the U.S. Department of Agriculture defines a food desert as an area that has a poverty rate greater than or equal to 20%. Additionally, in urban areas such as Bakersfield has to have at least 30% of its population living more than 1 mile away from a large grocery store. Next, the latest data suggests that at least 19 million people throughout the country have limited access to a supermarket or grocery store. And lastly, experts share that those living within a food desert are at an increased risk of obesity and diabetes.